How's it going, everybody? HoloFan69 here. And oh my god, has it been a while since I uploaded a proper serious video on this YouTube channel. I've been uploading on my other channel, Teleblue, because that's where all my non-Sonic content has been going. For a solid like 3 or 4 years, I had been uploading Sonic content to this channel, and it was just mainly Sonic content, and I've just kind of gotten bored of that, so I just wanted to start making other content on other series and shows that I like or dislike. But even while I wasn't uploading, I was actually still gaining subscribers, but now I've been realizing I'm losing subscribers, so I'm back to take my place on the throne, and it's also Sonic's 30th anniversary this year, so there's a lot more to actually discuss, and I'm gonna kind of revive this channel up a bit, have some live streams. I'm gonna be playing Sonic Colors Ultimate when it comes out live. I'll also be specifically unboxing the Japanese version of the game live as well, because it comes with a 30th anniversary collector's edition, which the American release or the Western release doesn't. So the 30th Anniversary Collector's Edition will include a little art book which has a bunch of Sonic Channel art and little descriptions written in Japanese, and it'll also come with a CD soundtrack which includes a bunch of selected music from Sonic's 30-year history. But that's enough talking about the future of my channel. The point of this video is to give you guys a little update on what I actually think about the Sonic 30th Anniversary and what's happening in the future and all that for Sonic. So let's start this video with the actual event that happened for Sonic's 30th Anniversary, the Sonic Symphony. I loved it. Like, there's not really much to say about it. It's just a Sonic concert, but it's very clear that there was a lot of love and effort put into this event. And you can see the energy resonating from Johnny Gioli. He was just having so much fun, and he was doing all this like cringy stuff, but it was cringy in like this endearing way. And I love how they got the original composer for Sonic 1 and 2 to give a little message during the intermission. It was really nice that he had a chance to advertise his new Green Hill Zone remix with added lyrics, and I just love how when he was trying to say this one English phrase, he just couldn't say it, so he just knelt down and got his laptop out so he could get a text-to-voice program to say it for him. It was pretty funny. It really caught me off guard. Again, there's not much to say. It was just a concert after all, and there was some really great performances, and you know, that's all you can really say. I'm not a music guy, so I can't really go into depth about how amazing the music is, but it was just a fun time all around, and I feel like I wouldn't have the opportunity to actually experience this concert if the pandemic wasn't a thing. I think that because of the pandemic, they couldn't make an actual live concert, so they had to turn it into this pre-recorded one, which is great for me and other people living outside of America, because we'd either not be able to experience it at all, or we'd have to experience it through a shoddy live stream, just like the 25th anniversary party. Alright, so that's all I have to say about the Sonic Symphony. Let's move on to the next Sonic game that's releasing, Sonic Colors Ultimate. So Sonic Colors Ultimate was leaked before it was actually announced, so at first I didn't really know what was being added to the game. I thought it was just going to be a port of the game, so I was thinking that I wouldn't buy it. Then I realized that my copy of Sonic Colors actually is broken and it crashes during the final cutscene. So yeah, I thought I'd buy it anyways. Unlike a lot of people, I am liking how Sonic Colors Ultimate like graphically looks. I think it looks fine, and I'm very excited to play it in HD. It does look a little different than the original, and I think that's also fine as well. I don't think something different is automatically bad. But there are a few things that bother me, mostly the glitchy UI, as you can see when you're using the color powers here. And it seems like they've completely broken the audio. Now, these are kind of like minor issues. Like, I feel like they could fix it if they wanted to before the game releases, or they could have a day one patch or update it later down the line. It doesn't feel like it's too hard to fix, so I will be very disappointed if they don't fix it, because it feels like a very easy fix. I also hate how they're making the game so easy. They're getting rid of lives, and I guess that kind of makes sense because they're trying to kind of unify the games. They removed lives in Sonic Forces, and they're trying to do that from now on, but because the game was designed around lives, I don't get why they should be doing that. And I actually wouldn't mind too much if it was just the lives they removed to unify the games, but they're also adding in the Tails save feature, which doesn't need to be there because there's already a lack of lives. Why do you need to make the game easier? The Metal Sonic Rival mode sounded interesting when we hadn't seen gameplay of it yet, but now that we have a bit of gameplay, it just looks like a time attack where the ghost is Metal Sonic, that's it. The option to customize Sonic is actually really awesome, but the choices you have to customize him just look terrible. They're all just reskins of Sonic's shoes and gloves. They're just really ugly. I would have much more preferred it if we got like different types of gloves and different types of shoes, but no. The only thing that actually looks good is the boosts. You can actually change what the boosting looks like, which is pretty cool, but other than that, it's pretty lame. I'm also worried about the Jade Ghost Wisp because it makes you go through walls, which means you're gonna be able to skip like sections of the game, which then also means that the game is gonna be easier, and we already talked about before how the game removed the live system and is adding the Tails save. I think one amazing addition though is the ability to remap the buttons. You don't really see that too much in video games, and while I'd probably not be using it as I'm fine with the default Sonic the Hedgehog control scheme, it's just a nice touch for other people if they do want to use it. But then you have the invincibility power-up, which you get once you reach 100 rings, which again makes the game easier than it needs to be. Correction, it's not when you get 100 rings. There is a new type of ring they added which gives you 100 rings and gives you the invincibility power-up. So it's not a little challenging incentive to get 100 rings and then you get invincibility for your reward, but they're just straight up just handing you 100 rings and invincibility. I also love how they're remixing the entire soundtrack for Sonic Colors. I really love the recolored version of Reach for the Stars that they performed at the Sonic Symphony, and while I do like some of the new tracks, a lot of them are still a hit or miss for me. As long as we can switch between the new and the old soundtrack, I'm happy, because we've got the old soundtrack, which is 100% solid, and then the new one is just added stuff that you don't really need. So if it turns out to be a mostly bad soundtrack, you can just go back to the old one and everything should be dandy. Doesn't make the game better, it doesn't make it worse. Sega just wasted a lot of money. One thing that I really hate that Sega's been doing recently is that they've been kind of pushing digital releases. They usually release a physical edition of a game, which doesn't include much, but then they have like this deluxe digital edition which costs more than the base game and includes a bunch of DLC, and it lets you play the game 3 days before release. Although technically they've only been doing this for games that have already released, so Persona 5 Strikers, while it hadn't released in the West, was already out for quite a while in Japan. They did it for Shin Megami Tensei 3, and again that was a remaster of a really old game, and they're doing it for Sonic Colors, but it looks like they didn't do it for Shin Megami Tensei 5, so I guess it is only for older games. But I'm hoping that at least the movie Sonic Boost is going to be available as DLC afterwards. I hate myself, oh my god, why do I need this Sonic movie Boost? Now moving on to Sonic Origins, originally I was thinking like, why do you need this? But the more I think about it, there aren't actually any definitive versions of these games. Sonic 1 and 2 obviously have the Christian Whitehead ports, but they're only on mobile. The only modern console Sonic 3 and Knuckles is on is PC, and that's an emulated ROM. It's not even a proper like remaster or anything. Sonic CD is in a better place though, because the Christian Whitehead remaster is actually on PC and consoles, so the only current gen way to play Sonic CD is on PC and Xbox, which I can confirm has backwards compatibility, but not on PlayStation or Switch. But even if they do like an HD widescreen re-release of these games, I actually really want more, because I just don't want the bare minimum. Especially with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, because I think that's kind of the best classic game. My favorite is Mania, just because it's a modern version of a classic game. It's in widescreen, it's in HD, it doesn't lag when you lose rings, you know, it's on modern hardware, so it works really well. And they can just do so much more with very little limitations, which is, again, why I really love Mania. But for the time it came out, Sonic 3 and Knuckles is amazing, and I think we need to bring back all the classic games and upgrade them for a modern era. One thing I would love to see in a classic Sonic game is just HD sprites. I'm tired of seeing pixel art. I don't want to see that anymore. I want to see HD, maybe even modern Sonic. Sonic just works so well as a cartoon. The 2D like art nature of it just lets him look really slick, and I feel there's a bit of a limitation with 3D. Sonic looks a little bulkier and like less dynamic in 3D, so I really want to see 2D Sonic more, but not as pixel art. I want to see him as HD sprites. And I feel like there's just so many opportunities to expand Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles and CD stories. You could go the Persona route and have 2D animated cutscenes. You could add in zone transitions for Sonic 1, 2, and CD. You could add voice acting, probably not like full-on dialogue, but just little hms and hahs and just things that make the characters feel more real. I mean, maybe they don't even have to be split games, they could just be like one cohesive journey. Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles' story just continuously builds on each other, so it would work perfectly, and when you get to each game, you can unlock a new ability, and you can replay all the games with those unlocked abilities. The only issue would be Sonic CD, which is very very different, but that could be added in last, it could be separated, but otherwise, all the games should work really well together as one kind of cohesive game instead of 4 separate games. But that's all I have to suggest for Sonic Origins. And there is also Sonic Rangers, and I'm really excited to see how an open world Sonic game turns out. But there just hasn't been enough information. All the open world stuff we know about it are just leaks, so I'm just going to refrain from talking about Rangers for now. But if you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Why don't you check out my second channel? I think it's pretty good. I've put in a lot more effort into that channel now. This channel is just going to be for little commentaries and opinion pieces and stuff based on Sonic, but my banger videos are all on my other channel. But yeah, hopefully I see you guys another time. Hopefully I upload again, because it's been a very long time. Peace, Kobanomites.
What is up, Drum Alert Nation? I'm your host, Killer Keemstar. Let's get right into the news.
Okay, so it looks like we're actually getting another game for the 30th anniversary, and it's just a repackaged version of Team Sonic Racing. So instead of just purchasing the base game for Team Sonic Racing, or instead of getting Team Sonic Racing with a classic Sonic figure for some reason, you will be able to get Team Sonic Racing with a 30th anniversary art book, which I don't understand why. Who is buying Team Sonic Racing to warrant this? What I'm hoping is that maybe this means they're going to be giving the game a little more attention and updating the online, because the online is still broken. And that's the one thing that's keeping me from playing the game again, because I finished it and the game is super easy, so it's not really fun to play against the AI, but I think the team mechanics are really fun, and it would be so great to actually play it with people. But you just can't unless you have a team of 3 that's available locally, but then you'll have to still play against AI, which means the game will be super easy. Or maybe you could have a team of 2 people and 1 AI, so you could have 2 teams with actual people. But I think the best method is just to have an online mode that actually works so everyone can be people. Another thing that I'm really just confused about is why didn't they just include the art book with Sonic Colors Ultimate? Japan is getting a 30th anniversary art book with Sonic Colors Ultimate, so why not us? Why do we get one with Team Sonic Racing? To be fair, Team Sonic Racing is a better celebration of Sonic's history than Colors is, so I kind of see why there, but the game just has such bad online that it's just not worth buying. I mean, maybe they're doing it because the game didn't sell as well, so they're going like, hey, you get a 30th anniversary art book, so then people will want to buy it, but honestly, I'll obviously be skipping out on this one. I could get it on the Switch if I wanted to, but again, the online just doesn't work, and the AI races are just too easy to beat, so there's just no point buying it again to play it on the Switch. Or maybe I could just buy it and then sell the base game and then just keep the art book. Okay, so you guys can go now. It's the real end of the video. Bye-bye.